Dogworks Radio is sponsored by Alaska Dogworks. Check out their website at alaskadogworks.com. You can support this podcast on patreon.com/firstpawmedia.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by First Paw Coffee Company, specializing in private label premium blend coffee. If you're serious about coffee, you should check it out. First Paw Coffee's passion is high-quality, small-batch roasted coffee. They take the extra time to taste and get everything perfect before they release new blends. They aim to bring you a cup of happiness each time you pour yourself some coffee. Find out more at ak.dog/free and enter for a chance to win some First Paw Coffee prizes, a book from our collection, and tote bag. One winner will be selected at random each month. That's ak.dog/free.
Today we are going to start off today's podcast with a call to action. Buy 2 bags of dog food for your local shelter instead of fireworks. Make a difference instead of noise. I know that's a tall order, but trust me, paying it forward will help dogs in need. The 4th of July is coming up, meaning many dog owners will be dealing with howling, barking, and generally anxious dogs. It's largely believed that Independence Day is the day when the highest number of dogs run away. But just what are the dogs afraid of? It can be the smell. It can be the noise and the flashes of the light, says Judy Morgan, DVM, of Dr. Judy Morgan's Naturally Healthy Pets based in Woodston, New Jersey. Your dog may tremble, shake, shiver, howl, and bark. Some of them get frantic, she says.
From First Paw Media, sponsored by Alaska Dogworks Professional Canine Training Center in Anchorage, Alaska. This is Dogworks Radio, committed to families and their dogs to build lifelong and fulfilling relationships. Visit our website at dogworksradio.com. Now here are your hosts, Robert and Michele Forto.
Hello and welcome to Dogworks Radio. This is your host, Michele Forto, and I am the lead trainer of Alaska Dogworks, where we help you and your dog have a better relationship. On today's podcast, we are talking about how to keep your dog calm during 4th of July fireworks. If you're unsure of how your new dog might react, Dr. Morgan says that pups that don't cope well during thunderstorms are likely to get scared of fireworks. The good news is that there are steps you can take to help your dog. Here are 9 expert-approved tips to prevent your dog from freaking out during fireworks. Here we go. Number 1, keep your dog away from fireworks. First of all, don't take your dogs to the fireworks shows, says Dr. Morgan, and don't leave them outside during fireworks. Keeping your dog inside in the evening on the 4th of July is the best idea, especially if you fear they might not react well. Number 2, make sure your pet has proper identification. Ensure that the information on your pet's collar is current and make sure your dog is microchipped and has a GPS device. If they escape, there's a better chance they'll get returned, says Morgan. I want to add that having your dog's collar on during the 4th of July is also a good idea. I know a lot of you pet owners keep the collars off when the dog is at home just chilling out with you on the couch. But during this upcoming weekend, I implore you to put that collar on your dog for the duration of the weekend, just as a safety measure. Number 3, create a safe haven for your dog. Dr. Morgan recommends creating a place where your dog will hopefully feel comfortable. You should get your pet used to a calming environment beforehand. Dogs are den animals. They're looking for that cave to get away from it all. Try setting up an area in a quiet space away from windows, such as a basement or a larger closet, so that they can't hear or see fireworks. Use a crate if that's where your dog feels safe, and make sure to provide your pup with familiar toys and treats. We always like to add a frozen Kong toy, but Dr. Morgan does something unique where she will freeze bone broth in ice cube trays and offer those to her dogs. Number 4, play white noise. You can try leaving a fan, television, or radio on to help mask the sounds of the fireworks. There's some classical music called Through a Dog's Ear that has been shown to have calming effects for dogs, says Jen Stanley, a certified behavior consultant and professional dog trainer and co-owner of Awesome Possibilities Pet Training and Behavior Consultations based in North Carolina. Did you know that we have a few videos that are several hours long on our YouTube channel, First Paw Media, where we designed a playlist specially to keep your dogs calm? After listening to this podcast, go check it out. Again, that is First Paw Media over on YouTube. There is a playlist designed specifically for keeping your dogs calm. Number 5, comfort your dog. If you can, try staying home with your dog or leaving them in the hands of a trusted person. One of Morgan's relatives usually stays with her dog in the closet to help soothe the animal. You absolutely can and should comfort your dog if he's afraid, says Stanley. The key here is in how you do so. It's important to remain calm and use a soothing, even tone. Petting them can be comforting. Long, slow, firm strokes along the length of their body are typically very soothing. The one thing to avoid, seeming frantic in any way, says Stanley, rapidly saying, "It's okay, it's okay, it's okay," in a higher than average pitch, may make your dog think that there really is something to fear. Try your best to remain calm and reassuring to help your canine companion. Number 6, walk them before the fireworks start. Head out for your walk long before the sun sets to increase the chances that you'll avoid the sounds. When you do go out, you'll want to ensure your dog is secure on a leash before your walk. Double check the fit of your dog's collar or harness before going outside. A leash, even if you have a fenced-in area, is a great added safety measure to help keep your dog close to you and under control should they get startled, says Stanley. Number 7, desensitize your dog to the sounds of fireworks. If you suspect your dog will freak out at the sound of fireworks, try playing sounds of fireworks softly so your dog is used to hearing them. Try pairing a video of the sounds of fireworks with a treat your dog likes, suggests Stanley in a process called counter conditioning. She goes on further to say, the volume should be low enough that your dog can notice it but does not show signs of stress like panting, pacing, leaving the area, or trying to hide. We call this keeping the dog below threshold, and it makes it possible for learning to take place. If the dog is overwhelmed, they're looking to escape the situation and are not going to be nearly as capable of learning that it's not a threat. Her other tips include increasing the volume gradually, varying the source of the sound, and using different recordings. Talk to your vet is number 8. If your pet's anxiety is severe, consider booking an appointment with your vet so you can discuss a medication that could help soothe your dog's anxiety. If you have a dog that is bad enough and you haven't done any prep work and you know your pet is going to be in a panic, try true therapeutic treatment, says Dr. Morgan. Number 9, consider hiring a trainer. If fear is negatively impacting your pup's life, consider enlisting the expertise of a trainer, says Stanley. You can work with a trainer or behavior consultant to desensitize your dog to fireworks or other fears gradually. It's never too soon to start planning for next year. Here is a pro tip from me here at Alaska Dog Works. So tip number 10 that didn't make the list is something that I used to do with my dog Tippy, who was very afraid of loud noises and fireworks. Instead of us hanging around and enjoying the fireworks, we used to drive her to a secluded lake that was about a half-hour, 45-minute drive outside of town in an area where we could enjoy a picnic and watch the sunset. And we could see the fireworks in the distance, but the noise did not bother her. And we were, like I said, about a half an hour to 45-minute drive outside of Denver, Colorado. And so that's one way you can think of to get your dog out away from the fireworks and let yourself and your family enjoy them in the same motion. So remember, my call to action that I mentioned at the start of the podcast: buy 2 bags of dog food for your local shelter instead of fireworks. Make a difference instead of a noise. Let us know in the comments section of this episode on our social channels, Dogworks Radio, that you did, and we will pick a random winner for a cool prize pack, including a red, white, and blue slip lead, a bag of First Paw coffee, and some other goodies. Did you know the single best thing you can do for us is to tell your family and friends about our show? Let them know how to listen and encourage them to subscribe. Who knows? They might just become a rabid fan just like you. I'm Michele Forto from Alaska Dog Works. See you next time.
This episode of the podcast is sponsored by First Paw Coffee Company. Learn more at firstpaw.coffee.
From First Paw Media, this is Dogworks Radio. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we invite you to subscribe in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll find a link on the episode notes. You can tap or swipe on the episode cover art, and you'll see some offers from our sponsors. You can support our show by supporting them. If you like what you have heard, we would love it if you could give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe too. Your hosts are Robert and Michele Forto. Our producer is Robert Forto and created for First Paw Media. Did you know that Alaska Dog Works trains service dogs for those in need throughout North America? Each and every service dog that is trained through the Lead Dog Service Dog Program and Michele Forto and her team has an individual training plan. We train for autistic, mobility, psychiatric, and PTSD for our soldiers for service work. If you know of someone that may need a service dog, please take a moment and check out Alaska Dog Works on social media and at alaskadogworks.com.